Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Racquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
Oh my goodness, can you believe it? Episode 17. 17, 5, 10, 15, 17. We are at episode 17, and today we unbox a couple of things and we talk about a couple of things and we shared with you some very important funding information and tips and unboxing tips and stuff. I think today's episode was very, very fun, very informative. It felt very full and filling to me. So it is my hope that it feels the same way to you. It is my hope that as you go through this episode that you'll feel empowered, you'll feel happy. Please get a snack. Like have something, get a drink, something that when you're watching you can chill, relax, and just enjoy the episode. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, share it with a friend. Leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are, how you feel about it. It was my pleasure to do this with you today, and let's get into it. So these are a couple of things that we got today, and so let's go. Let's go. Oh, amazing. I love to open new packages. There will be the latest information on top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Racquel, and this is a passion project for me, so I'm so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching.
Potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Racquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.
Hello. Season 2, episode 17. I love to open new packages. There will be the latest information on top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Racquel, and this is a passion project for me, so I am so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Oh, hello. How are you doing today? Welcome to another show. This is episode 17, and we're in season 2. I'm Coach Racquel, and welcome to the show. This is Refresh, Relax, Renew, and this is a space where we seek opportunities to transform gossip into growth, share with you unboxing hacks, and also update you on the top funding opportunities that are available. And it is such a pleasure for us to do this with and for you. And it is my hope that as we do this together, that we will grow and advance and become our best selves. So welcome to the show. How are you? How is your day going? What's been going on with you? What has happened with you over the last couple of days, since the last time we met last week Thursday? How has your week been, your days been? How is July going for you? Are you having a good time? It is my hope that you are having a good time, a pleasant time, a really amazingly wonderful ride, because you deserve it. You're here for a reason. You're not here by accident. You're here for a reason. And so I want you to enjoy every minute of the time that you are here. Welcome to the show. And as usual, let's find one of my prayers to read, to share with you today. My book, Prayers. This book is available on Amazon. If you ever want to get it, you can also go to my website, mycoachministry.com. Okay, so let's find one of the prayers to share with you today. Okay, so today I'm going to be sharing with you, Thy Will Be Done. That's right there. Oh yeah. Thy will be done. Dear Father God, please let your Holy Spirit fill my life, my heart, and my mind. Let your light shine through me, God. Let your love surround and protect me. Let your love overflow in me, Jehovah. Lord, I thank you for loving me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for providing for me. I love you. I worship you. I honor you. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven in my life. Amen. Wow. I must say that the prayers in my book really inspire me. I mean, there are times when I'm like, I wrote that because I wrote this book when I was having such a tough time. I was facing some challenging times, some soul testing, mind testing times when I wrote those prayers, and I hand wrote them. Actually, they were all handwritten. I have my notebook, my journal that I wrote them in, and then I transformed those that I wanted to put in the book into the book, but I have them handwritten, and from time to time I have to go back to the handwritten notes to make sure I really did write these prayers. I find them very, very effective, and I hope that you do too. So today, of course, is a new day. It's a new day, and we're going to be continuing with discussions from Funky Dineva, as well as one other topic that we're going to be adding to the roster for tonight. But before we go into our hot topic, of course, we have 3 segments. We have Allegedly, and then we have Unbox Solutions with me, and the final one to close out is Funding Alerts. All right, and so we're going to be going through that, but just before we do, let us just go and bask in our ASMR moment. It's that time. Let's go. Positivity. Positive energy. Wow, it's beautiful. Oh yeah. Beautiful nature. Inhale. Beautiful. Wow. Oh, wow. Wasn't that just beautiful? Just listening to the ocean and just taking in the breathtaking view. I never get tired of it. I just never get tired of it. It is absolutely beautiful. Did you enjoy this moment? I hope you did. Please let me know in the comment section. Amazing. Ah, I enjoyed every second of that, and I hope that you do too. I hope that you do too. Okay. Refresh, relax, renew. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I'm looking forward to an exciting show, an empowering show, and just an overall good time between us, right? Let's just have a good time. How about that? Let's just have a good time. Now it's time for us to go on over to allegedly. All right, let's go. Yes, it's now time for allegedly. In another life, I'll be a singer. All right, but before we get into the conversation, let's go through our copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, we want to say thank you to all the people who are involved in this story. We want to say thanks to Funky Dineva. We want to also say thanks to Clayton Howard, Cassie Ventura, Sean Combs, Tasha K for her interview that we now get to use in this part of the comment section. We just want to say thank you to everyone, and I just want to give a reminder that when we talk about these stories, it's not to criticize them, right? It's not to degrade, it's not to belittle, it's not to cause harm, and it's certainly not to add to their pain, to the pain of what they're already going through. Instead, it is where we use it for news reporting, teaching, and scholarship, and teaching, reporting, research primarily, and also for commenting. But the perspective that we take on this program is where we dive into, we explore their breakdowns, or what we perceive to be their breakdowns, or whatever challenges they're going through, or whatever issues it is that they're highlighting in the moment. We explore that to be inspired by it, to do our own self-work, right? And as we do our self-work, we hope to experience breakthroughs. So we're not just here just to talk and that's it, because we can talk. No, we're actually here for empowerment. We want to be empowered. We want to be empowered by other people's stories, life experiences, and so forth and so on, and be empowered by their works as well. So that's why we're here, and that's why we do this. That is why we are here. So the story we're going to react to, and the first one we're going to react to, is an interview. Clips from an interview. And let me be clear, please bear in mind that these clips are selected clips that we extract from the full interview. It is not in the flow that it was on the interview. So I don't want it to, I just want you to be aware that it might be out of the context of the interview, because we only selected the clips that we wanted to react to. So the interview did not flow necessarily the way we're going to play it back to you. Okay. So to watch the full interview, please go to Revolt News YouTube channel. All right. So Funky Dineva, whose real name is Quentin Latham, is a media personality, pop culture commentator, and YouTuber known for his sharp-tongued, witty, and often hilarious takes on celebrity gossip, reality TV, and urban culture. Now we're going to go into the clips from that interview, and then we'll react to it.
I've started embracing, actually, when I get it wrong sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I actually love that. I think it adds a beautiful piece of nuance to it, because we do gossip wrong sometimes. We call our friend, we tell the story wrong and be like, oh shit, girl, I got it wrong. I don't say he was down there cheating with Stephanie. He was really down there with Michelle.
That right there, the ability to self-check is a powerful tool. I'm telling you, the ability to self-check is like checking to see if the callaloo is in your teeth by yourself, to find out before someone else has to tell you. It's a powerful thing. And for people who do not take accountability and do not do their self-check, I promise you, you will be walking around with callaloo in your teeth. And if someone else does not tell you, then you're just there with the green on your teeth. Accountability is a beautiful thing. And what he just said is really important, because we talk about people's stories, and we ought to be careful how we talk about people's stories. We have to be careful how we talk about people. We ought to be careful the energy that we extract from people's stories, people's experiences, that we bring into our hearts and our minds and our homes. Sometimes when I hear persons going in on people and having these clickbaits and telling stories that are spinning stories in untruthful ways and in questionable ways, I'm like, do you understand what you're inviting into your own life, into your space, into your home, into your family life? You know what I mean? So we ought to be really, really careful. So when he said that, yeah, we've got to be comfortable with self-accountability. Personal accountability is so, so important. And you know, that's what we talk about that all the time here on this show.
You know what I'm saying? I love it. Creates an opportunity for me to come back and say, y'all, I got it wrong yesterday. There is a conversation that needs to be had in-house.
Right here. I want you to listen closely. And before he even says that, let me say this. Black men, I love you. I don't think I have a choice. I think I had a black dad, and broken as he was, and he was very, very broken. But from the little bits he was able to give me, I know he gave me all he had, and I could see him try so hard, and I love my dad. I don't know if I'm supposed to love him, but I do. I do, and I know that everyone did not have the same experience that I had with my dad, that I did, but I'm grateful for the experiences that I had with him. Most of my experiences with him, as far as I can remember, was really turning points for me and empowering for me, and they were thought-provoking, and they taught me to think and to stand up for myself and to be myself. I feel like my father taught me to be myself, to be me, and that I'm enough, you know? So as he's about to say this, and I'm going to share my thoughts on it, because I really do believe there is an issue, there's a challenge, there's a problem, if you want to call it, or there's some work that needs to be done, right? So this is not hate. This is correction, which is love. Correction is love. We don't want you walking around with callaloo on your teeth, with spinach on your teeth, with green on your teeth. So we are here to create an awakening, or to say hello, hi, knock, knock, you know? So let's go. I just wanted to say that, make it very clear, this is not hate.
Amongst the straight black male collective, it's time. There's a conversation. You know, black women are excelling in so many different areas. They've mobilized, they got their sister thing, they getting their degrees, getting themselves together. And there is this, you know, super toxic masculine push to be alpha males and to be leaders and want to be in charge of everything. And I say this with my whole chest. Want to be in charge of so much shit and want to be the head of the household and want you to respect them. And not all brothers, but many, the only thing they got on their damn resume is audacity. Ooh. That's it. Ain't got shit else to offer the world but and audacity.
Dick and audacity. He said it. He said it. He said it. He said it. Now let me make it very, very clear. And this is something too, like I hear a lot of persons saying, like women would say, I don't want to be a strong woman, or I want to be a strong woman. What on God's earth is a strong leader doing with a weak woman on his shoulder? I want to be a strong woman, not a strong man, a strong woman. That's it. I will be, continue to work to become, desire to be a strong Black woman. That if I have to thrive on my own, I will. That if a man with only dick and audacity come around, I can circumnavigate him, I can spot him, and I can overcome him, and I can move past him, and I'll be strong enough to know this isn't it. I want to be strong enough never to settle. And at the rate at which we're at, I'd rather settle for being alone than to settle to be with someone who I know if they're the wrong person or if they are not equipped to lead, they will come into my life. As a matter of fact, let me change that, because I believe all men are equipped to lead. It's just, where are they leading you to? Where exactly are they leading you to? And I cannot afford to adopt a man, marry a man, take in a man, have a man in my life who's going to lead me backwards. Right? So this whole thing of, oh, you should not be as, Black women are too strong. Nothing is wrong with Black women. And they say it's what do they say about the workman who complained about his tool? Black men are showing up with dick and audacity. And even those who claim they're good men, they're ready. I was going to say the F word. Can I say it? Because I feel like I want to say it bluntly. You can always get a man to fuck you, but you can very scarcely are you able to get him to lead you to a place of empowerment. Why is it so easy to get you to fuck us, but it's so difficult to get you to commit, to love us, to lead to a positive place? He's right. He is right. And we need to stop skirting around it. If they have callaloo in their teeth, we need to tell them. And then they can choose if they want to remove the callaloo or not, or if they want to continue walking around with it. Black men are looking embarrassing out here. Embarrassing. And unless that is how they want to be portrayed, some of them say, oh, I remember on one of the episodes, I think about two episodes or a couple episodes ago, I remember, I think it was Kirk Franklin that says, people in pain speak louder than people at peace. It's a powerful quote. I'll say that. I don't know how true I would want to make it. I believe that in a world where people with pain speak louder than people at peace is a very sad world, and it's a world whose leadership is weak. That's how I feel. Weak leadership has pain representing its peace. Weak leadership. And that is not a quote to settle in. That's a quote to say, that sounds inspiring. That one has a punch to it. It's creative, but that's not a goal to achieve. And so for me, if a quote unquote good man, if a quote unquote good man is okay with sitting back in his peace and relaxing while the worst of them go out and represent, what does that say about you? It tells me that the quote unquote bad apples lead the bunch. That's what it tells me. It's leading the bunch, because it's now telling me that you don't care about where your community go. You don't care that your voice isn't the strongest. You don't care what the outcome is going to be. That, okay, so let's say you're strong and you're a peaceful leader and you're a high quality leader, you're high value, all of that. And so you're staying at peace in your own home with your own family. So tell me something. Where do your children go for school? Where do your family listen to the news? Who's leading, or whose voices are they hearing up and down these social streets, in the social media streets, in the streets, on the road, outside of your home? You don't think your environment affect or impact Your family? What about the workplace when you go there? When your children go there? When your wife go to work? If they do or not? Every member of your family will be interacting with someone from the outside world. So if you're comfortable, I cannot dub someone a good leader if they're comfortable with the rotten apples leading the bunch, because soon and very soon that rot in the apple will infect the rest of the bunch. And I think it's a cowardice approach to say pain is louder than peace, because when I'm in pain, I'm curled up, baby. I can barely cry. When I'm at peace, I sing loudest. I am happiest. So I don't think it's a measure of voice and projection, or even the amount of people who are speaking. Where are the good men? They should be easier to spot, is what I'm saying. And at this moment in time, Dick and Audacity is leading. There is this, and I'm going to share this. There is this quote that I once heard a man say, and a man that I respect to the maximum too. And he said to me in a message, if she presents herself as a whore, then treat her like one. My heart sank when a man that I respect and whom I see as top tier echoed those words. And I replied by saying, that's not what a good leader does. I don't know if it's a good leader or just leader. A good leader picks her up, cleans her up, releases her without touching her, because he knows he doesn't want her like that. He doesn't compromise his integrity for access. Because the vagina might be on his lap, he's not just going to take it, because he has integrity. Who is a leader if he doesn't have integrity? No integrity, no leadership. There's no such thing as leadership without integrity. How are you going to surrender to access? That's a man who just takes it because it's on his lap. Is a man who is surrendering to his lust. He's submitting to lust. So everyone you're leading will follow you and submit to that lust as well. So that's not good enough. It's not good enough, right? And I'm not saying this to belabor that person, because perhaps in that moment I needed to say that and he could learn differently. I don't know if he took it that way. I don't recall him addressing what I said. But I believe that if you're going to be a good leader, first you need to learn to lead men before you start asking women to submit. You've got to lead your men, your fellow men, so that they too will be good leaders and lead the women in the community that your woman will be interacting with. What is the point of your woman in your household and you give her all the good stuff and then she goes outside and then she start meshing with the bad apples? What good is that? Yeah. So we have to get honest about it and real. We need to become honest and real about it. We know this. All right. We know this. Now let's go back to Funky Dineva.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a real conversation that needs to be had. Y'all,
yes,
man,
it is.
The sisters think they all that because they got their degrees, but get yours. Like, what are y'all waiting on?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's a real conversation that needs to be had. When we start talking about issues that maim the black community and dead weight, the numbers show it ain't the sisters.
They ain't gonna like you saying that.
I don't give a damn. It ain't the sisters.
Well, they say the degrees don't matter.
It ain't the gay boys.
Yeah, because that's.
It ain't us.
Yes.
It's not us.
Yeah.
The gay boys.
Can I say this? You know what? It is not my place to speak on anyone's sexuality, so that's not what this comment is about. But the gay men are our friends. And I'm thankful for that. And they make very, very warm friends, very good friends. And sometimes I feel like without the gay men, we may never get a chance to truly connect with men, at least for me. Let me speak for myself, because even right now, I would really like to meet some men just to be friends with them, because I would like some good men, some men who, when I interact with them, I feel it feels healthy. I'm not constantly climbing over the walls of misogyny and gaslighting, and I just want to meet some good men who I can have conversations with and just hang out with. And like I said in another segment, in another podcast, I really don't know where the good men are. I know I have a gardener who's a really, really nice person, really, really nice guy, and he's one of those persons who I feel like when he comes around, I'm going to be safe. There are other men, even men who you pay to do something, and you're so unsafe. Sometimes it's like you can't be nice and kind and even flirty with a guy without it being thought that you want to be fucked. And I'm not, and I said fucked for a reason. Because it's not even sex or making love, it's just fuck. You just feel fucked when you're finished. Which is why for me, I can't even think of having sex, the thought of it. Because that after feeling, so I've been celibate most of my life because I cannot stand that nasty, ugly after feeling. You know? Because I've had experiences that made me feel like I allowed garbage inside of me and I just wanted to use a spoon to push up inside of me and scoop it out. I'm not kidding, and I'm not trying to make anyone feel badly. I'm just tired of not being able to speak my truth because I'm afraid of who I'm going to hurt. Men ought to be stronger than this. Men have to get to the place where they can hear truth and stand in it like men. Come on, men, you have to stand in truth, even if it's unpleasant, even if you don't like it. Any man who tells me they don't see there's an issue with black male leadership makes me worry about you. Because if you truly are being honest, then you are so out of touch. And if you're not being honest, then you're just being another liar, masquerading as a man, as a leader, as a good man. You know? I really don't believe in good or bad people. I'm just using it for the just so that I'm using that in an attempt to try to be understood. I believe everyone is performing their best. Everyone is performing at their best, and everyone is where they are because that's where they are. We're not trying to hurt or cause harm. But the truth has to be told, and the breakdown has to happen so it can be healed and it can be addressed. And I'm so thankful to Funky Dineva. And I'm going to say this with respect. Please do not take this out of context when I say this. It took a gay man or a member of the LGBTQ community to have this conversation. And I'm not saying he's still a man, so he's a leader, but I'm saying the way, based on what he said, the way men be coming out here being like, oh, I want to leave, I'm the head of the household, I'm so masculine. You would think that they would be the one to come out and speak this kind of truth, holding each other accountable. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think Funky Dineva is perfect for saying it, but for the way the men behave, you would think they, as good leaders, would be the ones to do the SWOT analysis. Strength, weakness, opportunities, threats. Because until you do your SWOT analysis, how do you know what to fix, where you're strong, where you're weak, where the opportunities are, where the threats are? If you're just we have good men, there are good men. Come on now, we never said there are no good men. That's not what we're saying. I'm saying the voices that I'm hearing, the strongest voices that I'm hearing are poor representation of black men. Very, very poor representation, and they're everywhere. So please tell me where the good men are, because I'd like to see them. I'd like to hear them. I'd like to go where they are. I'd like to listen to their podcasts. I'd like to watch their lives happen on TV. I'd like to see that. See, it's making me sad. It's really sad. We have kids who need leadership. When will the party end? Let's continue.
We ain't the ones selling dope. We ain't the ones in gangs. We ain't the ones creating illegitimate children, running around, you know, creating broken homes. We ain't the ones battering and beating the women. We ain't the ones in it. It's not us.
No, it's not.
It's not y'all.
It is not.
So then who is it?
All right.
And I don't want to put all this pressure on our brothers and seem like, oh, they're just innately bad people. Of course,
No,
much of
they're
it
not.
is vestiges of poverty, racism, systematic
Poor
oppression, so
parenting,
on and so forth.
absentee
But it gets
parenting.
to a certain point where that shit no longer becomes
Exactly.
an
It affects
issue.
us too. Like we still got to deal with being black
It affects
even
us
as a
all.
woman.
And then, you know, and I catch it from several ways, because, you know, relations between gay men and straight men are much definitely getting better in 2025. It's much better. But there is still a whole faction of black men who straight up won't with me because I'm gay. You know what I'm saying? Or won't mess with a lot of us because we're gay. And it's like, we the ones picking up the goddamn pieces when y'all
Absolutely.
having these kids with
It
these
is
women
true.
and leaving their ass alone. When they need money, when they need support, we the ones
Someone
picking up
to
the damn
talk to.
pieces. Everybody in
Emotional
their little
support.
silos are carrying their weight except y'all. And let me add something, because I don't want to shit on my brother. It's not all. Of course, they're great black men.
Sure.
I'm talking about that group of
Right. The data.
The data, because you can't ignore the data. You can't ignore what the statistics show. And that's what I'm saying. How are you going to comfortably allow the data to speak and say pain is louder than peace? The data is speaking. Disrupt your peace. You should be in pain then for what is happening to your community. I think that single motherhood should be an absolute crime. And absentee parents should be, being an absentee parent should be a crime. And I believe that if a child has to grow up with one parent, it should be with the father. That's just how I feel about it. Their leadership is a necessity. We need their leadership. As a matter of fact, they are leading, and that's why we are where we are. They're leading. So if you don't like how women are behaving, stop leading them in that way. Shift how you lead, change your leadership, because women are following what men are saying, what men are doing. Men started saying women are being strong. Women start saying I'm in my soft era. Women are listening to you. They are. You just don't like the outcome, but the outcome is a reflection of your leadership. Come on, men, you can do better. You can do better. Maybe you don't want to. And who am I to ask you to? All right. Well, we are going to go on to the next clip that I have. Whew.
That I used to leave.
Ooh, it's really, really high. Hang on here. Let me pause it then and give it a review before he goes in. So this interview, courtesy of Tasha K from her YouTube channel. Tasha K on YouTube. Her YouTube channel on YouTube, yes. And also she has, I think it's called TashaKLive.com. She has a website as well. She is such a, I'm getting emotional. To me, she's such a powerful woman. And I see her, she's one of those women that I look up to, actually, not for work, but for, I think I would say, if this is a term, emotional leadership, emotional development or growth kind of thing is what I look up to her. I literally see in her efforts to do better, be better, still do her job, but do it from a positive place. I really admire that about you, Tasha K. I really have watched. I remember watching you since you were on the bed by yourself, and you have blossomed and you have bloomed, and I'm proud of you. My voice may not matter, but I'm proud of you. I love to see it. I especially am proud of the woman who I see an effort to bring to do your work with positivity. I love that. I see it. I really see it, and I really admire that. So she had an interview with Clayton Howard. So Clayton Howard, also known as Dave, is a male escort who has filed a new lawsuit against both Cassie Ventura and Sean Diddy Combs. He alleges they recruited him for long-term participation in Diddy's infamous freak-off parties starting around 2009. I think he said he was there up to 8 years or something like that, between 8 to 10 years. I think it's 8 years. 8 years. Yeah. And the key allegations, according to my research from the lawsuit, sex trafficking and manipulation. Howard claims he was trafficked across state lines, drugged, coerced into unprotected sex, and filmed without consent. And that is from news.com.au. And then Cassie's alleged role, he asserts that Cassie not only participated, but also gave him an STD and aborted their pregnancy without his knowledge. And that's from the Times. From the Times. And then health and trauma claims. Howard is seeking up to $20 million for physical injuries, psychological harm, medical costs, lost income, and emotional distress. Man, can you imagine you're minding your own business and then this case begins and you're hearing that day repeated over and over and over and over, and everybody's beginning to find out that it's you, and what was once private is now becoming public, and you're living through that. I see victim experiences I see him having victim experiences. I don't believe in calling people victims, and I don't necessarily see him as a victim, just as I don't see Cassie as a victim. I see these as adults who participated in these sexual activities and perhaps at times failed to be proactive in the management of their own experiences and health, so that's so for example, what I'm trying to say is I see sex trafficking as someone who is disempowered, someone who is held captive, hostage, or whatever, not someone who goes home at the end of the day. You can choose not to come back. And to have made a commitment for 8 years to something, we have to manage our own life experiences, and where we find ourselves in a situation where we may be misused or abused, we have the choice, the strength, and the ability and opportunity to halt that situation, and at that point file a police report at that point. Right, but I still also respect what he's doing and appreciate it, because I'm going to play play some clips from the interview, and then I'm going to play another video that he shared that I saw it on TikTok, where he's talking about some advocacy that he's doing that I think there's a gap in the media landscape for it, and I think what he's doing is I say well done. You see, whether there is some wrong or some right, leadership. I see leadership. He sees a cause and he's going at it. And I think him speaking out like this, I really thumbs him up, because it certainly brings clarity for my own thoughts. Because when I thought about it, I'm like, why are they making Cassie this Mother Teresa victim? What is this? So I'm very proud that this young man is coming out and speaking out and saying, no, we're not going to do that, because that's not what happened. That is not the truth. So we're not going to perpetuate that. Let's even the playing field here. So I'm very proud of that. But before we go into that clip, he made some statements that I want to talk about and share some information about because it bothered me. I do not believe a good leader would ever look at a woman and degrade her and dehumanize her by calling her a slut, a whore, all of those things. He made these statements in this interview, and this is not to disrespect him in any way, and I want to credit him too, because before he said it, he said something, you'll hear how he said it. He didn't say it in a, oh, she's such a slut kind of way. No, he's like, you could see that he's using a word that, based on his familiarity, this is how you usually refer to it, and so he's referring to it that way. And he said, with respect. I really respect that when he did that, because there's no such thing as a woman being a whore. And if a woman is a whore, then whoever she's being with or whoever is because my question is, so are you the slut maker? And if you're the slut maker, isn't the slut maker worse than the slut? Because you made it. You created it. You transformed someone into a slut. Aren't you worse than the slut? So this is a part of it that I felt, let's zoom in here, because I think he should have a look at himself here as he goes on this advocacy. So I'm just going to play this clip, and then we're going to talk about it.
That I used to leave her and go out around Miami to bars and find women to sleep with just to have an orgasm, because I'd be sleeping with her for days and not have orgasm. It was like the worst situation of blue balls a man could imagine.
So this man, right, is going around to find women to sleep with, but Cassie is the slut. Right, okay. Mr. Slut Maker.
Were you in love with Cassie?
Absolutely not. You can't be in love with a woman who is basically allowing herself to be slutted out, if I want to say that respectfully.
There comes that word again. Allowing herself to be slutted out. So we have here a slut maker.
When I first started sleeping with her, I'll be honest, I had an emotional connection to her. I had an emotional connection to her the entire time. I can't lie.
Listen to this, right? This is something I often said when I was much younger, and I still have some residue of this belief in my system still, but not as much as before. And my friends, male and female, used to say, no, that's not true. Men love good women, blah, 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 whatever that is, because I don't believe in people being good or bad, really. I think people are being themselves. But I usually say two things. I realize that men stay with women who are aggressive with them. Yeah, aggressive, pushy, even people who fight with them, over them, all of those things, they stay with those women. And also women who are sexually experienced, women who have a lot of experience with sex. You remember they have this saying, a lady in the street but a freak in the sheets? What is that saying? You want someone who has experience, but why does she have to be a slut? Because she's had sexual experiences, because she enjoys having sex, and so she's going to find someone who can help her have good quality sex. I thumbs up Cassie for this. Let me say this. As someone who I wish that I could just have sex, just to have sex. And when I'm done, I feel good about myself. I feel happy. I feel fulfilled, because I've been celibate most of my life, and I have fear towards sex because of the beliefs I have around sex, and also because the experiences that I've had have not been the greatest, and none of them turned out to have worked in my favor the way I imagined they would have. Right? None of it. I've never really had a real relationship. I've dated, but I've never had a relationship. I've never lived with a guy. I've never had a man choose me and treat me the way a woman ought to be treated by a man who loves her. So for me, the sex thing has just been, it happened. And in some cases, I wish it just hadn't happened. So I'm saying that to say, so here we are having a woman who decides, I want it and I want it to be done well. To be honest with you, I've had thoughts of maybe sex is something you should just pay for. And then maybe that way I can get past the marriage thing. Because to be honest with you, I have to be asking myself, do you really want to be married, or do you want to be married so you can have sex that's guilt-free? sex based on your belief system that will make you feel justified that yes, I can be having sex. You know, that sex that will not leave me with labels that I don't like. For example, this one. But what is wrong with a woman saying, I want to find the person who can give it to me the way I want it, to have me have a greater time and experience as, according to him, he was giving Cassie. Why not? Why not? I'm just saying. And I wrote this poem on my, I don't know if I'm going to get the chance to share it here, but this poem on my website where I said, I wish I was a whore. And go read it, because I wish I could just have liberated sex. I hope, well, I don't even know if I hope it, but it would be nice. But either way, you know, I'm happy in my life, and I just want to be overall content, not just in the area of sex, because for me, I don't see sex right now as something that is going to add positive energy to my life. Not unless I'm in the kind of relationship that makes me feel that, yes, I can go there. Yeah? Anyway, let him continue.
We had unprotected, drug-fueled hot sex for years. There's no way I couldn't develop some type of feelings for her as a person. But I can't say I was ever in love with her. I knew.
So you see, men do like women who have sexual exploits. Is that a good? Yeah, who have had sexual experiences. He knew she belonged to somebody else. He knew that. Someone else was in the room. But that did not stop him from coming back for 8 years.
She was Puffs. I knew she was addicted to the money. I knew she was addicted to the lifestyle.
Could it be that the only reason he did not allow his heart to go there was because he knew he couldn't have her? Or he did not have the wherewithal or the resources to extract her from her current situation? So could it be a case where it's not because he's quote unquote slutting her out why he didn't go there, but it was other reasons? It was, I would not be able to get her. I just want you to really pay attention and think through all of this, because there's so many undertones, there's so many messages, there's so many lessons here. We really truly have to get to a place where we can speak our truth and live in it, you know? Okay, so as I was saying here, before I go to the final clip, there is something I want to share here, because again, I have an issue with us calling women whores and sluts and all of those things, right? So I just want to share with you an article that cuts through the misogyny and exposes the deeper issues behind using the word whore to degrade women while flipping the lens back on the men who say it. So let's go through it. So this is 5 reasons it's dehumanizing to call a woman a whore, and why it reflects more on the man than her. Like I said in this case, when he said he's being paid to slut her out, when he have his blue balls, he goes around town looking for women. And if he's looking for women, these are not women who he's having any meaningful relationship with. So in essence, are you saying, sir, that you are a slut maker? And if you are a slut maker, what makes you better than the slut when you created her? You made her that way. All right. And I'm not saying you chose for her. I'm saying you're the slut maker. All right. So number 1, it reduces a woman's worth to a sexual act. Calling a woman a whore strips away her humanity, her complexity, her story, and reduces her identity to someone's perception of her sexuality. That's not only dehumanizing, it's lazy, cruel, and deeply patriarchal. A woman is not her trauma. She is not her labels. She is not a sum of how many men she's touched or how many have touched her. Number 2, it ignores male participation in the same acts. You can't call a woman a whore without admitting that someone was right there with her, often a man like yourself. If she's a whore or slut, as he put it, then he is, if he's a whore or a slut, as he puts it, then he's a slut maker. Yet society rarely brands him with shame. The double standard reeks of hypocrisy and cowardice. Real talk, you can't judge the fruit if you're the one planting the seed. You can't judge the fruit if you're the one planting the seed. Number 3, it reveals insecurity and misogyny in the one saying it. Men who weaponize words like whore often do so from a place of ego, control, or shame about their own desires. They lash out instead of looking inward. That's not masculinity. That's immaturity dressed in fragile pride. If you call her a whore or a slut, the world hears your insecurity, not her sins, not her sins. The world hears your insecurity, not her sins. And number 4, it dismisses the root causes, pain, exploitation, and survival. Many women who've lived through promiscuity, sex work, or trauma weren't chasing lust. They were navigating pain, abandonment, abuse, poverty, manipulation. To judge without context is to silence their truth. You don't heal a wound by calling it dirty. You clean it, you care for it, and you listen to its story. Could it be that they were so busy considering Cassie a slut, a whore, considering her being slutted out, that they missed abuse, that they missed what she was going through, that they missed that she might have been crying out? That, you know what I think? This is what I think. I ask myself, I wonder if Cassie was willing to go with all these men because she was hoping one of them would take her away and care for her and provide for her and save her. I don't know. It's just thoughts that came to my mind. Number 5 and last. A loving man uplifts. He doesn't degrade. A man who truly values women doesn't use shame as a weapon. He seeks to understand, not condemn. He builds safety, not stigma. If you're calling women whores, you're not a man of strength. You're a man hiding from your own weaknesses, your own weakness. Love listens. Love lifts. Love never labels. Bottom line, you can't uplift your manhood by tearing down her womanhood. To shame her is to expose yourself. A man of substance doesn't create whores. He helps heal the wounded. That's what I wanted to share today. She deserved better. They say, if she presents herself as a whore, then treat her like one. But who taught you that? Some broken boy in a barbershop? Some locker room prophet preaching from a pulpit of pain? You see skin, I see scars. You see fresh, I see fight. You see flesh, I see fight. You see temptation. I see a soul trying to survive another night. You call her used goods. But let's get it straight. You can't dirty what's already buried in grace. You don't get to devalue what you didn't help build. Real men don't conquer broken hearts. They cover them. They cleanse them. They step back and let her heal. You judged her, chapter 10, without reading chapters 1 through 9. She didn't wake up wild. The world taught her survival. And maybe that skirt isn't rebellion. Maybe it's a silent scream. A real man, he sees her fall and still speaks to her rise. He doesn't need her body to feel whole. He knows healing happens through honor and handling. He knows healing happens through honor, not handling. Don't call her a whore. Call her a warrior. Call her your sister. Call her your mother. Call her your reflection. Because if you're the one calling her names, then maybe you're the one in chains. A true leader doesn't touch her to fix her. He teaches her to remember she was never broken. I remember wanting to have sex with someone because I wanted to replace a bad sexual memory that I had. And so I felt like, you know what, this person I respect, I honor this person. And I also felt like I wanted to repay him for something he did for me years before, I think about like 6 years before. But I wanted to replace the memory, the last memory I had. And he was so amazing and so gentle, and it didn't happen. He didn't he didn't allow it to happen. And that's why I know that when he's the same person that says if she presents as a whore. And that's why, you see, there's that conflict in his behavior. And that's why I know it's not because he's a bad person. It's what's been taught and what has become culturally accepted for women to be degraded and dehumanized for simply enjoying pleasure or even pain that God created. It's their body, you know? So I just wanted to share that because I think it's important for us we need to cut it out. We need to cut it out. So we're going to go to the final clip of what he's doing. So the final clip that he has here is where he's talking about advocacy for men who he feels are targeted after women who've made choices, and this is my interpretation or understanding of what he was saying, women who have made the decision to have certain exploits with men, and when it ends, when the adventure ends, and maybe they're displeased or unhappy or whatever, they then take out. They then seek get back or weaponize the law against them. That's my understanding of what he's saying. But I'm gonna play the clip now, and I thumbs him up for it because even though for me many things can be true at the same time, and nobody's perfect. So so I can see the efforts that he's making to do advocacy. Even though his language around women, you see, he's advocating for men, but his language around women isn't so positive either. And so that is something to look at and explore, because if you're going to lead, then you're leading both genders. You know what I mean? You can't just say, oh, I'm going to champion for the men, but the women are this. You have to lead both for both to be healthy, because both are interacting with each other. So let's say I'm a man and you're empowering me and you're disempowering my woman. Your work with me is futile, because as soon as I leave you to go to her, if she's the rotten apple, as soon as you heal me, I go back to her and get contaminated again. So you know what I mean? We just need to be fair with people, no matter who you are, what gender you are, attempt to be anyway. And men, you say you're the leader, so act like it. I don't know, let's go.
So I'm not trying to take Puffy, girl. Okay, Puffy, this is your chick. You like to see her get slutted out. I'm going to slut her out. You going to pay me. I'm going to go about my business. That was it.
He's a slut maker. He said it. He said, I'm going to slut her out.
Advocates against false arrest, malicious prosecution, and vexatious litigation, primarily by women who choose to abuse the process and lie through achieving get revenge on the ex-boyfriends that they could not hurt any other way without involving the racist and biased and discrimination of law enforcement. Law enforcement can become a tool for a woman when they truly want to get revenge on men. It can become the sharpest sword. It can become the strongest shield for a woman who truly wants to harm a man. And the evidence is out there. Society just doesn't want to accept it as a whole, because law enforcement relies on the victimization of the people who are relied on so much to establish this. I can guarantee you that if law enforcement took a more active stance in arresting false reporters, arrest and crime would go down like that. Because the majority of the domestic violence crimes that people are being arrested for are false. They're just people being arrested because someone else was angry and lied on it. And the cops notice. So people, we're going on 30 minutes. We got to end this. But the whole point of this broadcast was to help my audience understand the difference between a domestic violence offender and a non-domestic violence offender, and what constitutes an actual legal domestic violence abuse.
I thumbs you up for that. I think this is very good. It's good to have men leading advocacy for men, and not just for men, but for relationships. It is my hope that that he gets all the support he needs. I support you. I like that you're doing this, because for me, I feel the same way. Even in the entire this whole Cassie and Sean Combs legal situation, I feel like it was a disservice to both of them. I didn't feel like justice was taking place. I didn't feel like it was fair. I feel like I'm not sure if all of that information on Cassie was necessary to be broadcast like that from the pulpit of justice. You know what I mean? It was very uncomfortable for me. I didn't feel like rehabilitation was introduced or considered. I just don't know if it helped anyone. I felt like they used a hammer to kill an ant, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So I just want to say, I like that he's doing this, because it can only help. It can only help. You know what I mean? So we have to take personal accountability for our own actions and our choices. We have to get there. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for staying with us so far. Oh my goodness, we've come to the end of this segment, and now we're going to be going to our next segment. Let's go. All right, so this is what we're doing. All right, so here's our box. Oh, hold on. Yes, so here's our box for today, Amazon. So I'm gonna put on my gloves. Remember our safety tips. Remember those safety tips. Protecting yourself, protect your information. And after we unbox this, then we'll go through the tip for the day. Yeah, all right. All right, go. Hey. All right. So we take that out. And take that out. This is one. Oh, hang on here. I know something was missing. I was like, what's missing? What should it do? Okay, hang on here. This is the package that we're opening right now. Yeah. I think it's like 4 items. Yeah. Ah, all right. So let's put these on top so you can see them. There we go. Okay. So since this is right here, let's just open this. So this is the first one that we're opening. Yeah. Right, here we go. There we go. Ooh, I like the material. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. You like it? I like it. I love the material. So there we go. That's number one. You know, I like to put them there. And then this one now is, right? I think this is this one. All right, where do we open? Right here. Right here. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ah, okay. Here we have it. I'm gonna flip out tonight. So that's that one. That's what that is. See? Yeah. Right. And this one, that one is this right here. Let's put it out. So plastic bit thing right here. Right. There we go. In the box. This is the part that goes onto the wall. This part, so this, oh, I got multiple of them. Goes onto the wall. And this is where the phone goes into this one. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Okay. So that's what, three of them, 3 pieces already opened. All right. Final piece. So that's this one. Here. Yeah. Multiple pieces. We have the bits. We have these. And you have this. All right. You put them right here. Got the holes. And you have more bits. So these are the screws. Yeah. They're the legs. All right. So these are what we're unboxing for today. Ta-da! Yes, those are what we're unboxing for today. Amazing. Now let's go to our unboxing tip for today. All right. So our unboxing tip for today. So our top tip: never show shipping labels, receipts, or barcodes. Our top tip for today: never show shipping labels, receipts, or barcodes. Blur, cut, or cover them before filming. If you notice, I make sure I remove my private information. Excuse me. If you notice, I make sure I remove my private information before I even bring the box here, before I unbox anything, right? So always protect your information. And also before you dump the things, your garbage, make sure your information is not there. Why? These tiny tags can reveal your full name, home address, or order number, phone number, and even payment information. Scammers use this data for doxing, identity theft, or account hacks. Bonus creator tip: do a quick 360 check before hitting record. Your background, screen reflections, and packaging slips can leak more than you think. Edit like a detective. Share like a strategist. Okay, so that's your unboxing tip for today. Thank you so much for staying with us so far. Now let's go over to our final segment.
Are you an entrepreneur or business owner looking for ways to increase the business cash flow? Well, you're at the right place. Go grab your pen and paper, then let's begin.
Bear in mind, conditions apply. All grants have specific deadlines. For more information, please visit our website at www.mycoachministry.com. Scan this QR code now and begin.
All right. It's now time for us to talk about our funding for today. And of course, if you go to my website, mycoachministry.com/blog, you'll see the funding list for this month. That's July 2025. And today I'm just going to be sharing with you the top 25 grants. Okay, so I'm sorry, top 10. So today, what I'm sharing with you today is, hang on. You can see me properly. Okay. So today, what I'm sharing with you is the top 10 grants for July 2025 based on that July blog that's on my platform right now. So are you ready to fund your dream? Let's go. Here are the top 10 grants and programs launching this July 2025. Let's find your golden ticket. All right. Whether you're global or local, nonprofit or startup, these programs spark real impact with hard cash and invaluable perks. Let's dive into the top 10 opportunities you should apply for before July wraps up. And you can find them here at My Coach Ministry. You can find them at mycoachministry.com/blog. So here we go. Number 10, Awesome Foundation, $1,000 micro grants monthly, zero strings, total freedom. Ideal for creative or social impact projects. Imagine getting $1,000 for just for being awesome. Month rounds, no S's. Number 9, Antler Global Startup Fund, early stage VC backed accelerator for global founders. If you run or launch a nonprofit, this is your MBA in a box. Number 8, I said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Number 9, Antler Global Startup Program, early stage VC backed accelerator for global founders. Want to scale worldwide? Antler's Global Accelerator is your runway. Number 8, American Express Leadership Academy. Nonprofit leaders get adaptive skills and cohort networking. If you run or launch a nonprofit, this is your MBA in a box. Number 7, Amazon Small Business Success Studio. Free finance, marketing, and ops lessons. Pro founder curated. Amazon isn't just marketplace, it's your digital MBA. Number 6, Amazon App Store Small Business Accelerator. 10% boost in royalties plus AWS credits up to another 10%. App devs earn more per download and get cloud credits to grow. Number 5, Canva Pro for nonprofits. From recent resource lists. Free Canva Pro access, premium templates and design tools. Nonprofits make polished visuals for free. Canva Pros on you. Number 4, Cartier Women's Initiative, $100,000 plus awards, plus elite leadership support. Early stage women-led for-profit startups driving impact. Women entrepreneurs win up to $100,000 and join a global leadership circle. Number 3, Etsy Disaster Relief Fund, $2,500 grants for sellers affected by disasters. Etsy sellers hit by storms, you could get a $2,500 reset. All right. Number 2, Emergent Ventures, Mercatus, grants plus fellowships for bold society-shifting ideas. Got a wild idea that could change everything? Emergent Ventures is listening. And number 1, the final one, 6S accelerators and pitch competitions, curated listings all over the globe, ongoing deadlines. Access hundreds of pitch and accelerator opportunities worldwide right now. Right now. These opportunities were handpicked because they combine financial power, access to community or mentorship, and diverse focus areas from tech and global scaling to creative initiatives, disaster recovery, and nonprofit leadership. How to apply? Check eligibility and dates. Many close by late July. Prepare your story. Impact angle is key. Gather docs, financials, bios, past impact evidence. Apply with intention. Early birds get seen. And follow up. Polite emails can open doors. Treat applications as narratives, not just paperwork. And start early. Jesus. And start early. Winners aren't always the flashiest. They're the prepared ones. Need help choosing which path suit your mission? I'm Coach Racquel, inviting you to comment below. Let's find your best fit. What's your dream grant? And I have a power tip here for you, Mike. I want to leave you with this tip. Power tip. Let's put this back. Right. So power tip for today: craft your application like a story, not a sales pitch. Your grant application isn't just a checklist. It's your origin story, your impact arc, your why now. Funders aren't just investing in projects. They're investing in purpose, momentum, and you. Use clear language, tie every answer to outcomes, and paint a vivid picture of transformation. Bonus tip: lead with impact. Follow with evidence and close with vision. Make them feel the urgency, then see the possibility. Wow, wow, wow. We've come to the end. We've come to the end of this segment now. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really, really, really hope that the information I just shared with you is useful and helpful. It is my hope that it empowers you to kick down doors, gain access, and maximize on the resources that you get access to. Thank you so much for watching this episode of our funding alerts. Oh my goodness. Let's end it here. I just want to say thank you so much for sticking with us, sticking and staying. I don't even like that phrase, that saying really. Thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you for going through this episode with me and all the other episodes. Thank you for following, for listening, for sharing, for commenting. And I just want to say to you that it's been a pleasure being here with you. It's been such a joy packaging this information and sharing it with you. It is my hope that as we go through these stories, these experiences, as we share these grant funding with you, these tips as it comes to make consumer tips when you purchase and unpack things and you bring things into your home, it is my hope that it's empowering for you, it's useful information, and it is my hope that you find this program as a space as a hub for support, and that you share with me, let me know, ask questions, seek information if you need to. If I need to find more information for you, more tips, whatever the case may be, share it with me, because I serve with pleasure. It is my joy to be here. I see myself here as providing support for you, for entrepreneurs, and for all my viewers. So it is my hope that you will speak with me, talk to me, let me know what information are you looking for, how can I support you, based on, of course, the packaging of the show. And I'd be happy to, find those information and put it in, include it, so that you can benefit from it. But I just want to say thank you so much. I'm Coach Racquel. It's been a pleasure. Episode 17 and going on 18. Thank you so much for being here with me. Please do not forget to like, share, comment, subscribe if you've not yet subscribed. Be a part of the gang, the Entrepreneurs Aloud gang, please. And thank you. Okay, so I just want to say thank you again and have a great day. Goodbye. Mwah. I love to open new packages. I want to bring you the latest information on top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me and Coach Racquel, and this is a passion project for me, so I'm so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching.
Unlock your potential every Thursday with our podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. Join Coach Racquel as she guides you through personal development journeys. Each episode focuses on actionable steps to enhance your personal journey. The podcast features 3 main segments to keep you engaged. We start with discussions on trending topics relevant to your growth. Then we unbox solutions to common challenges we face daily. Finally, stay updated with fresh funding opportunities each week. Tune in every Thursday for new episodes, and see you there.